behind me is the Rabenstein structure. It's one of the coolest structures in the entire World Cup circuit. It looks like a gigantic alien spaceship, but there's a ton of ice. The climbing is really fun. The location we're at, I mean, we're high up in the Italian Alps. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite venues because you're just so remote. Again, the people you travel with, they all make a difference. Yesterday we had a qualifying round. The week previous I was in Saas-Fee, Switzerland, didn't climb that great. It was kind of a bummer, but you know what, it is what it is. So coming to this competition, I sort of had my sights set on things that I wanted to really focus on in my climb, which I did, which is the positive part, you know. I wanted to climb faster, smoother, more consistently, and that's what I did. My climb was actually really well done. I can't fault my climbing because I held a strong pace. I had a lot of time left to top out. I was 2/3 of the way through the route, and then unfortunately I took a really awkward swing onto one of the ice bollards, and it kind of like, it levered my hand or my arm off of my tool, which was a super bummer because, I mean, the move wasn't that hard by any means, but because it was an awkward swing, I was forced off my tool. It happens. That's competition. I've seen a crazy amount of inconsistencies this year on the World Cup circuit. You know, like guys that podiumed last weekend, you know, we're bottom of the pack this weekend. It's been anyone's game this year, which has been really cool. So I can't fault like my climb by any means. I mean, obviously there's things I can work on. You know, there's things I can improve on always. This game is never over. You're never at the top. You're never finished. There's always learning new tricks, keeping in mind new moves, etc. There's also a whole bunch of new holds this year that is really shooken everybody. These holds are skaty, sketchy, and very tentative, and so they've been at every venue this year, and they've spat off a lot of people. So it's been a really cool year because things have changed, and that's what this circuit needed, was a bit of change, and change has certainly arisen. So yeah, I'm psyched. Yesterday again was a rough day, but I have one more comp next weekend, so it's by far over. Obviously it's a little hard to not be climbing today, but we're here supporting the other climbers and doing our best to keep focused and not be deterred. I really can't complain about my year this year. Like, I came 4th in a World Cup, which was always like one of the bigger dreams, was top 10, and so I crushed that dream. I was a step away from the podium, and that was like, wow, that was cool. I climbed one of my hardest route to date like a week and a half ago, a D14, and that was cool. I did my second try, and that came out of nowhere. And so by no means am I having a bad season. I've had 2 comps in a row that haven't been quite as good as the first 2, but that's okay. Overall, I've had my best season ever, so I'm not bummed. I have to just stay focused. I got one more comp in Europe, and then I go home for 2.5 weeks. I have a mega project there that is easily the longest route in the world, for sure, just based on other routes that have been established. It could be the hardest, who knows, it needs to be climbed first. And then I go back to Russia for the finals. So this season isn't over yet. I'm staying psyched, I'm staying positive. Lots of great people. My wife is here. That really helps. So yeah, here's to the next comp and more climbing. Thanks for watching.